Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic and our ultra hardcore Shaman. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we are heading back into Durotar. We're going to start with the Winds of the Desert, I think it's called. There's a quest to collect some sacks here in the ravine, leading up to Orgrimmar from the Harpies. The goal is to get to level 10, head back to Orgrimmar to grab all of the new abilities that we are missing, including from level 8. And we've got some profession work to do as well. So with all that being said, let us get started. I think we're going to veer off to the right here. This quest should be pretty simple and straightforward. Even without our level 8 upgrades, I think we'll have a pretty easy time in here. Might have to do a little bit of grinding to get to level 10. If that ends up being the case, we'll just grind on some boars a little bit closer to the gates of Orgrimmar, so we can pick up some additional boar meat and push our cooking a little bit further. And if somehow we have a bunch of money left over, or at least enough money left over, we'll purchase some bags. I am sick and tired of waiting to have them drop from random enemies. Just had another player come through here and take all of the sacks on this side of the ravine. I think if we go to the other side, we can find some more. Interesting development in chat right now. So the ultra hardcore add-on does have a feature to it that adds a chat channel, I guess. People to talk with each other that are also using the add-on. Oh nice, we got some copper here. I was hoping we would see some ore as we travel through the canyon. We've been given moderation privileges. Owner changed to us, and then somebody left the channel. That's interesting. I don't know what that means exactly. How do we moderate a chat channel created by an add-on? It's honestly the first time I've ever seen an add-on create a chat channel in general, so this is kind of it's kind of new for me. Assuming the like official hardcore add-on, like the original one, probably also had something similar. Yeah, they had to have had their own chat channel at some point. This should be the last stolen sack that we need. So we can start heading back. We're still going to need to grind up a little bit for level 10. Can't see our experience bar at the moment, but we'll just we'll carve a path back to the goblin that gave us the quest. Nice, another minor healing potion. I think we've got a couple of those now. We had to use one back in Tears Fall. This guy's hitting us pretty hard. Nice. More potions. It's usually the one thing that I expect to come out of a random chest. Is a potion of some kind. The other profession materials can be nice. Ooh, I'm glad we turned around here. It's another sneaky copper vein. We've got so many copper bars now, so I'm really hoping we can push engineering quite far once we get to Orgrimmar. I'm gonna head back north in just a second, but let's check the rock formations in the area while we're here. Never know when you can find some more nodes. I mean, at this point we're pretty close to being back at Razor Hill. That's okay. Being over here. Sometimes they like to, the nodes like to hide inside these larger rock formations. Right in the middle. Look at that, we didn't even have to turn in the quest, and I believe that should be level 10. Alright. We can just head straight to Orgrimmar then. We can turn in this quest on the way back down. Although we can hearth back to Razor Hill, so... maybe we want to run down anyway, because the follow-up to this quest will grant us a new staff, which would be very nice. It'll be a tougher quest than the others that we have in our quest log, but man, it would make the other quests in our quest log significantly easier. Alright, yeah, let's go turn in the quest, and then we'll head to Orgrimmar, and we've got a lot of stuff to do there. Looking forward to spending some time in the city. We do have our first talent point to deal with. I've mentioned it a couple times, I think, at this point, but we are going to go down the elemental tree basically the entire time. Restoration obviously is not going to be for a challenge like this. Enhancement has some cool features about it, but none of the talents really do all that much for our damage in particular. It's honestly like the best talents in the enhancement tree are mostly based on utility features. Obviously the big one being improved Ghost Wolf. You know, by the time we get Ghost Wolf at level 20, it'll have an instant cast instead of like a 2-second cast, I think it has, or something like that. We'll deal with the 2-second cast, honestly. Nothing else in here is like really that exciting in my opinion. I'd rather just go elemental right from the start so we don't have to respec later. Casting spells is going to be better and better and better as time goes on. Shamans tend to start out very strong for the first like 20 levels as a melee class. But they drop off quite a bit, especially if you can't keep up with your weapon, which, you know, we're not going to be doing dungeons or anything like that, so it won't be long before the strongest weapon that we'll have is not really that strong, and honestly at that point I think we would consider moving to a mace and a shield. Potentially. But elemental talents are really nice. We can start with the damage of our lightning bolt and shock spells. Convection is also really good though, reducing the mana cost as well. So, but we'll do with concussion first, and we'll see what happens when we get to the next tier.
Time is money, friend.
Hey, now isn't that just the thing? You've got our supplies back for us? That's great! I'll be able to get back to work just as soon as I can find someone to haul these sacks for me. Gazlo told me once, Reslak, there's one thing you need to know in life, and that's if you want something done well, do it yourself. I can't deal with losing all our caravans, so I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. Dry Gulch Ravine lies through the eastern part of Razorwind Canyon. If we kill all the harpies there, the routes will be safe. Of course, there was one other thing that Gazlovi taught me, and that's, you can get anything done for a price. So going to help me out, adventurer?
Yeah, we certainly will. And we can pick up the blemished wooden staff
Have a good one.
for that one. Well, let's head into Orgrimmar. We'll check a couple of these rock formations on the way. See if we can snipe one last copper vein. Not a lot going on these pointier rocks. There we go. Got one over here. I feel like I'm having better luck finding mining nodes in this playthrough than I have with our minimap actually active and usable. Which does not make any sense at all. But I guess when you're actually focused on looking for it rather than relying on a like dot that appears at the corner of your eye, I suppose you can collect a lot more than you think. Plus, it's forcing me to look at some of the smaller details that I would normally completely miss. That is good enough for now. I think we've got plenty to work with. Let's get into the big city. Precious action bars have returned. Alright, so we'll deal with our new abilities first, I think. Pretty sure the engineering and mining trainers are going to be both in the Valley of Honor, if memory serves. But we'll head over to the Valley of Wisdom first. Yeah, we'll go through the drag. That's fine. I don't think we collected anything that we can cook, so we're not going to be doing anything with that. Our cooking skills at 18. We can stop by the cook real quick over at Borston's fire pit here. We'll just check to see what we can get. Maybe the cooking supplier will have some recipes. No, these are just for fishing.
Can Zamja help you, person?
Oh, we can pick up the spiced wolf meat, which we'll be able to make when we go into Silverpine, or if we collect some off of the Dark Hounds back in Tirisfal, which is possible, maybe. It's good to have it. I'm glad that we can pick that up now.
Speak, friend.
The plan is definitely to zone hop until we are probably at least bare minimum level 14. So we are going to continue to be well acquainted with Durotar and Tirisfal. I don't think we're going to go to Mulgore. Just too long of a journey. There's a quest in the Barrens that's going to make us run down there anyway at some point. Looks like we've got a quest here too from one of our.
Fire bewitch a mun.
Okay.
I see you be strong in the ways of earth already, and me tinkin' you be ready to talk to Crenal. Crenal live north of the crossroads in the Barrens. He be strong in the ways of the elements, and can teach you the ways of fire. If you think you be ready. He be easy to find, just don't go too far. You go too far and you find yourself in the elves' lands. Later.
Alright, yeah, that's the quest for our fire totem. We're gonna wait on that. As much as I would like to start dropping Searing Totem now, that quest is gonna be tough. Or just tougher. Let's speak with our Shaman trainer. We've got a lot of stuff to pick up right now. Earth Shock was something we could have taken at level 8 to deal a bit more damage with it. We don't need to pick up new ranks though, if I'm not mistaken. So this new rank just increases the amount of damage it does, but it does not increase like the duration of the like interrupt, like as far as how long it takes for an enemy to start casting spells again. So we're just gonna leave Earthshock at rank 1, because we're just, from this point forward, we're going to be using it specifically for interrupting. And Flame Shock is going to be our new standard shock that we use probably once every 8 to 10 seconds or so. Does more damage, like as you know, over the course, if you include the dot component of it. And later on, when we get Frost Shock, which I think is at level 20, Frost Shock is going to be our most powerful direct damage shock anyway. So I don't think Earth Shock is going to be necessary anymore, but we'll pick up a new rank of Lightning Bolt as well. Stone Claw Totem is really cool. It acts as kind of a weaker training dummy, which is stuff that we'll be able to make with engineering later on. But it taunts everything in the area. This totem isn't really that great if you're already deep into a fight, because I don't think the taunt is powerful enough to like rip aggro off an enemy that you've already been hitting for a while, especially since we're using Rockbiter weapon right now, which causes a lot of threat. But if we pull something that we didn't expect, like kind of out of the corner of our eye, and we drop this totem, it should rip, rip those enemies off of us immediately and give us a chance to escape. So it's a totem that we'll drop first, and then we'll follow it up with Earthbind totem after if we still need like the extra slow. In the enhancement tree, we are picking up Lightning Shield. This is an awesome buff, just a little bit of extra damage whenever we get hit, like every few seconds. New rank of Rockbiter weapon is great. Flame Tongue weapon, I think we'll pick this up. It doesn't really matter. I feel like Flame Tongue weapon and Rockbiter is very similar. I guess we'll continue to use Rockbiter for now though, so we'll just ignore Flame Tongue weapon for the time being, but I have a feeling we'll be picking this up later. It does deal fire damage on hit, which is nice because it ignores armor, which can be helpful. And it might be better on like a one-handed weapon as opposed to Rockbiter. Strength of Earth Totem, giving us some extra strength, which would be nice to use if we're not using Stone Claw or Earthbind. So I think we can take that. And nothing from Restoration. Nothing until level 12 where we can pick up another rank of Healing Wave. Yeah, there's not really a lot in the Restoration tree in general, I suppose.
Spirits bewitch you.
Alright, that's a ton of amazing upgrades. Thrall has a quest up here. I'm not going to pick it up. This is for hidden enemies. He sends us into Skull Rock at some point. That place might be the most dangerous place in hardcore, honestly. From like a lower level perspective on either Horde or Alliance. Crazy dangerous cave. So we'll just ignore it. We're going to head over to the Valley of Honor now, and on the way I'll sort out our bars, and then we'll get some profession work in before we head back out. different buffs that shamans have to manage. Alright, so we're in the Valley of Honor now. We've got Red Canyon mining here. Probably don't have to do anything with this yet until we get through our smelting. Can't smelt bronze until 65. We're not going to be seeing any tin until we get into the Barrens and Silver Pine. So really we're just trying to aim for journeyman mining. We'll see how far smelting can get us. We've got Nog's machine shop here. This is going to be our engineering trainer. Let's go smelt these bars at the forge first. I think there's some weapon trainers here too. Or some like weapon vendors.
What are you looking for?
I don't know if any of these vendors would sell like green items.
What you want?
Particularly like lower level green items would be nice. I've got 2 weapon masters here. We can learn one-handed axes.
Here to learn how to wield a new weapon or just to waste my time?
One-handed axes, daggers, and fist weapons. Okay, I mean, none of those really matter too much for me.
What can I help you with?
Just want to double check.
No time.
Nope, none of you are that interesting. Alright, let's get these smelted. I think we should hit 50 with these, which would be nice to get that out of the way now. It might be a little bit more expensive though. We're still at 20 silver, which I'm a little bit surprised with, honestly. I thought we would have less. So maybe we'll be able to get those bags after all. Oh, it turned green at 47. That's a little rough. Can we do it? Alright, great. Awesome. Let's go pick up journeyman mining real quick before we continue with engineering. We're gonna have to buy a tool at some, or like craft a tool for engineering at some point, like a wrench of some kind. Man, yeah, we're gonna have so many things, like so many inventory slots taken up by profession related stuff. It's actually kind of crazy.
Speak, friend.
5 silver for it. All right, that's fine. We genuinely are going to be very hunter-esque with this shaman, where one of our bags is just going to be entirely dedicated to stuff that we just have to hold. Okay, who am I looking at? I guess the journeyman engineer.
You think you're smart enough? You think you got what it takes? Let's find out.
Alright, calm down, my guy. At level 30, we can get a handful of bolts and a rough copper bomb. Yeah, the arc-light spanner is what I was thinking about. This doesn't come until 50. Okay. So, still nothing to pick up that's new. So, I guess we're gonna... Well, let's do this first. We'll convert all our rough blasting powder and see how many points we can get from that. I don't think rough stones are going to be used for anything else, so I'm okay with just dumping it all into here. We can make a lot of bolts, which is really nice. So the rough copper bomb, this is our first grenade that has a stun component to it. It's only a 1 second stun, which it basically means it's more of like an interrupt than anything else, which is still really good. Requires a ton more materials, but it's materials that we will have, so that's great. We need a black smithing hammer. Ooh, oh boy. That is another thing we're going to have to hold on to, isn't it? Let's go grab one of those. There should be a supplier over here, and we'll start making bolts. Looks like we'll be able to hit journeyman with this as well. Where is our supplier? Maybe inside here. Yeah, there we go.
What can I do for you?
Take the hammer. Let's make some bolts. We need one bolt. We need one bolt and a bar to make these bombs. I don't want to hang on to extra bolts if we can help it. We might not have a choice though. It might just be more efficient as far as like getting new skill points to just keep going with the as many copper bolts as we can make. Yeah, let's just keep going with it. We've got too many copper bars right now to hold on to anyway. Keep it going. Well, maybe we can stop now. We'll make the rough copper bombs. We'll have 12. I think they're just going to replace the rough dynamite. I know we haven't really used the rough dynamite yet. But, and I did confirm that you actually can throw these while moving, which is really helpful. Maybe I'll keep it. We'll keep the rough dynamite for now. Starting to get a little bit too many key bindings here. Maybe I'll keep this over here because it's going to be very similar functionality to our Earth Shock. Oh, and these only stack up to 10 as well. That's also kind of rough. Let's learn Journeyman Engineering next.
Strength and honor, Dabu.
I think we need to speak with... Good to know that the artisan trainer is here in Orgrimmar.
What's up? You have earned the privilege of training with a higher instructor. Go see my pal Rochik there.
I picked up the ability to make a gun, but I don't know if that was necessary or not. Might not have been. Alright, let's make this Arclight Spanner. We do need an anvil. I don't think there's an anvil in here. Oh, we're doing great so far, though. Really glad how far we've gotten. This is just another thing we'll have to keep in our bags. And we can make copper tubes and the rough broomstick, which is a green gun that we don't care about. We can't equip that regardless. I would like to try to use our copper bars up so that they're not taking up an inventory slot. But I'm curious as to what we're going to get next. We don't really know what kind of parts we actually need, is always the problem. Like if I make these copper tubes, can I actually do anything with them or not? I don't know. These I can just make. Well, actually, I'm going to need an anvil even to make more rough copper bombs if I need them. So many decisions to make. We'll just make a couple of these copper tubes, maybe. We'll make 3, because it'll take us to 60, and then maybe we unlock something new at that skill. Oh, I just realized we spent all of our money. Oh no. Was not paying attention. I guess that flux is actually kind of expensive.
Hey, how you doing?
Crude scope. That's what we can make next. Copper modulator, that's kind of like another part. Coarse blasting powder. Now we're talking about stuff that we're not going to find because we need coarse stone for that. Not going to find that for a while. Interesting. Yeah, we might have to look around for engineering recipes. A supplier
Hello,
right
adventurer.
here.
If you don't see it in my shop, chances are good I can get it.
Thorium grenade. That's not going to be for a long time, but that's going to be very powerful if and when we can get to that point. Thorium widget, again, not caring too much. You can actually purchase some coarse blasting powder from here and rough blasting powder as well. I'm actually going to purchase this because it's cheap. And then that way we can craft a couple more bombs with an anvil. We're going to have to just try to use those up quickly. At least enough that we'll only have 1 stack left. Could make another Arclight spanner, but I don't think so. Great, so we have these copper tubes that we're just kind of holding on to. And nothing to really do them with. I wonder, like, how much... We could also check how much these bombs and this dynamite can vendor for, maybe.
What you looking for?
4.5. 6 for only 10. Honestly, I'm probably going to do that. We don't need the rough dynamite. We've got, like, so many other tools that it's just completely not necessary at all. That's so much silver for us right now. So let's just do that. Oh my god, even the copper tubes can sell for quite a bit. We'll keep those though, I guess. We'll try to use them. We can use them for the rough boomstick. We can actually see if we can make some of this now. So we actually don't need copper bars for that. We just need a wooden stock, which might be expensive, but if we can vendor the gun, it might actually be worth something. Where would I get wooden stock from? Maybe the engineering supplier. Well, I hope you guys enjoy profession work. Because, yeah, there was a lot here today, but I'm glad that we did this, because this is, we've made, like, you know, huge leaps in progress, and we're still going to be in our starting zones for quite a while. 2 silver each. Open up engineering again. Yeah, I mean, I can make 3 rough broomsticks with this. I have to imagine they'll sell for more than 2 silver. I'm just gonna hope that that's the case. And engineering is it's just so deep. There's so much to it. Yeah, but the way things are going, it looks like we can be pretty liberal with our grenades. We can just kind of use them freely because we're gonna have so many materials to create more if we have to. Let's see how much these rough broomsticks can sell for. Ooh, less than 2 silver each, so not super worth it. I think we like basically either barely made our money back or are operating on a little bit of a loss. Okay, I think that is enough profession work for today. Let's actually hearth back to Razor Hill now. We could pick up 1 bag, which I'm definitely going to do. Give us as much room as we possibly can get. Could probably get one from the general goods vendor inside the barracks.
What can I help you with?
So much stuff to hold on to. Suppose it's a little bit better now, though. We've got a lot more key bindings now, though, and I'm going to have to remember. I'm actually going to take a quick look to see where I placed everything. Okay. Man, there's so many tools that we have that I need to remember. I want to remember Stone Claw. For sure. Lightning Shield. We've got Flame Shock now, obviously. Okay. Alright. What do I want to tackle for the rest of today? There's not, like, a lot we can do. Do I think we can get through securing the lines? It might be nice to cap off the episode with our new weapon. So maybe that's the play here. And yeah, we're gonna have to handle this other stuff. These top 2 quests in particular are going to be gray, I think next level. So we'll have to do that. We'll be working through the Echo Isles afterwards. So we'll spend quite a bit of time here in Durotar, I think, next episode or 2. And then we'll have a ton of stuff to do in Tearsfall, so we'll be in Tearsfall for a while after that. With our new rank of Lightning Bolt, the cast time is probably going to be longer. It'll probably get longer with each rank up until like 2.5 seconds or something, if I had to guess. So less Lightning Bolts. But now we've got Flame Shock and we've got Lightning Shield. Oh, and I didn't even realize we've got War Chief's Blessing. Okay. Didn't even realize that we had the world buff up. This makes us stupidly powerful for an hour, and honestly, I'm just going to take it off now. It's too much power. 300 hit points at level 10 is like basically doubling your health. That is wild. We'll accept other generic buffs from other players. Like arcane intellects, fortitudes, stuff like that, but if I can remember, I'm going to try to click off of world buffs. Alright, we're entering the Dry Gulch Ravine now. This should go by pretty quick. Let's kill some harpies. Doing a pretty good job with mana management up until this point, but it looks like Flame Shock is actually quite expensive. Just looking at it seems like it costs like 25% of our mana almost. And it does do a lot of damage, so maybe we'll have to take out a lightning bolt or something in our rotation. We'll lean on auto attacks a little bit more, just to save on mana. I don't want to spend money on new water right now. I want to hyper focus on getting that that next bag. Good thing about seeing our buffs as well is that we'll be able to see if we are in range of our totems that grant us like buffs and stuff. Definitely feel like I'm struggling with my key bindings a little bit. Not great. I gotta deal with that. It looks like he's coming down though. I forgot that sometimes they can appear up top. Let's kind of pull out all the stops here. Just get our mana back later. There we go. Let's be careful of that. So we need 3 more savages and 3 more storm witches as well. Dry Gulch Ravine is kind of like a cave in a way. I just feel like there's, maybe there's a little bit more space. Oh man, we are capped out on minor healing potions now. Definitely don't need any more of those. Ourselves regenerate a little bit. We did a good job over here. Picked up some copper ore along the way. Yeah, only 2 more savages. That's perfect. We can get those basically on the way out. So let's get out of here. In the next episode, we'll be taking on the lower level portions of Durotar, which I think is going to be really nice. Oh, that's what that does. I was getting so confused. So, like, maybe some of you have noticed if you are watching intently. I know some of you, probably aren't watching, like, super closely, but it looks like every time we get hit with a crit, our camera angle, like, snaps to, like, a random thing. It snaps it to, like, this. We went, like, backwards for a second. It, like, disorients our overall view, it looks like, whenever that happens, which is very interesting. We've used up quite a bit of our bombs already. We did pick up some rough stone so we can make some more. Back at Razor Hill. Looks like some other players have cleared the way. It is fine by me. Out of the Dry Gulch Ravine. And only moments away from picking up our next weapon. I feel like it's, we're lucky as shamans that there are so many great staves to pick up from quests and whatnot at lower levels.
I can breathe easy now, knowing that the harpies won't be bothering our supply caravans anymore. And not one moment too soon, either. I hear I'm being sent some fun little toys with the next shipment. You're pretty good at what you do, adventurer. You ought to track down my boss in Ratchet. I'll bet he could find some work for you. Oh, and don't worry. I wouldn't forget to pay you for the service you provided me. Have a good one.
Oh, inventory full. We'll just get rid of the light feather for now. I don't think we're going to need it.
I can breathe easy now, knowing that the harpies won't be...
Blemished wooden staff. Gaining 2 DPS. I mean, we're increasing our DPS by 50%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you put it that way, it kind of is. Alright guys, that is going to do it for me for today. I appreciate you all sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the profession work that we did inside Orgrimmar. We made a ton of progress, and we're going to get back into just kind of pure general questing for the most part. Might be like some light profession work in the next episode just to get rid of some stuff in our bags, but otherwise, I think we'll be able to smash through a bunch of stuff, considering we'll also be working on some of the lower level stuff when we get back to Razor Hill. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more. I hope to see you back here in Durotar. Take care.